Don't apply for food stamps or you will lose your green card. If you take Medicaid, your immigration case will be denied. How true are these claims? Well, some of them used to be true for a short period, but as of December 23, 2022, the rules have changed again. However, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what is real, what is rumor, and how to protect your immigration journey. So grab a coffee, a notepad, and let's make sure you're getting the facts straight. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the Next Level Lifehacks, where we take the next steps needed to go towards our financial freedom and success. Now, let's start with the basics. The term public charge, it isn't new. It actually dates back over 100 years in the immigration law. The idea was very simple. People coming into the US must be able to support themselves and not rely primarily on the government cash assistance. It's not about punishing people for needing help. It's about predicting future dependability. The rule comes from Section 212A of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which literally says, quote unquote, someone can be deemed inadmissible if they are likely at any time to become a public charge. Now that sounds scary, but don't panic. The Department of Homeland Security has clarified what that means in real life. Under the current rule, and this is directly from the USCIS and Federal Register, officers only look at cash-based benefits, not things like food stamps or medical aid. So no, your child's school lunch program, your Medicaid checkup, or your housing voucher will not automatically sync your green card. Alright, you can exhale now. You feel better? Well, let's move forward. So who is actually affected by this? If you're applying for a green card, whether in the US or abroad through consular processing, the rule applies to you. Also, if you are a non-immigrant, like on a work or student visa, applying to extend or change your status, the government might look at your past benefit use, but only specific ones. Now, who is not affected? Because this is important. US citizens are not affected. Neither are refugees, asylees, or VAWA self-petitioners. If that is you, relax. You are safe from this rule, but for everyone else who is applying for permanent residence, the rule still matters. Even if you never applied for public benefits in your life, it does matter because they don't look at what you have used, they look at the total picture of your situation. So this is where most people get tricked up. So let's break it down clearly. According to DHS and USCIS, these are the benefits that do count towards a potential public charge finding. 1 is supplemental security income. 2, temporary assistance for needy families, otherwise called TANF. State or local cash benefits for income maintenance and long-term institutional care at government expense. Now, that's it. Just those 4 categories. If you have never received one of those, you are not in the danger zone. Now, here is what does not count. SNAP, or otherwise called food stamps. CHIP, which stands for Children Health Insurance Program, most Medicaid programs except long-term care, housing assistance or vouchers, emergency medical aid, school lunch, or energy assistance program. So if you have used any of these non-cash benefits, you're quite fine. The current rule does not consider them when deciding if you are a public charge. However, and this is where people get caught, if you apply for a green card, you still need to disclose if you have received any benefit. Lying or hiding this information can actually be worse than getting the benefit itself. Alright, now this is where it gets a little bit analytical. Immigration officers, they don't just look at benefits, they evaluate what is called as the totality of the circumstances. That means they weigh both the positive and the negative factors. Here's how it works. Positive factors might include things like a stable employment, a strong sponsor, which is indicated on the form I-864, savings, good health, or private insurance. Negative factors might be things like poor employment history, low income, or heavy use of the cash benefits. Think of it like a scale. If your positives outweigh the negatives, then you're quite fine. Let's look at a quick example. Look at Maria. She's 35, employed full-time, has health insurance, and has a sponsor earning above the poverty line. But 2 years ago, she received 6 months of TANF benefits during the COVID period. Now, will that destroy her green card application? Nah. Under the totality test, her job, income, and insurance far outweigh the brief benefit that was used. Now let's flip it. If John, for argument's sake, is unemployed, uninsured, and has been on Social Security income for the last 1 year, that is going to raise serious concerns under the rule. It's not about punishment, it's about patterns. Now, why should you care right now? Because the rule is active and misunderstanding it could cause you to make bad decisions is the reason. Like refusing safe legal benefits that your children qualify for. A 2022 KFF study pointed out that 13.5 million children or people in household stopped using benefits or stopped applying just out of what? Fear of jeopardizing their immigration status. That's really heartbreaking and really unnecessary under the current rule. The goal isn't to make you afraid, it is to make you informed, because knowledge really is your best protection. And here's the opportunity. If you take time to prepare your case, gather income proof, line up your sponsor, and understand what counts, you can apply with confidence. No panic, no confusion, just your preparation. Now here is your action plan. This is going to be your public charge survival toolkit. 1. Know your category. Are you applying for a green card or applying for an adjustment of status? The rule differs depending on that. 2. Make a list of any benefit that you have received in the last 36 months, and also whether they are cash or non-cash. 3. Build your positive factors like a stable job, private insurance, proof of savings, a strong sponsor. These all help. And a strong tip here, be careful who you use as your sponsor. Make sure they have enough financial income or assets that they can show that they can support you, and make sure, for heaven's sake, that their background is clean. Now back to the list. Number 4, do not panic about non-cash benefits. They are not counted under the current rule. 5, if your case is complex, get legal advice. A qualified immigration attorney can save you time and stress. If you cannot afford an attorney, check out the information on the screen and in the description box for a foundation that we are associated with that you can get lower rates, and they have a track record of success in solving these cases. 6th and last, check these case effective dates. It has been effective since December of 2022 and remains as the government standard today. When in doubt, go back to the source, which is USCIS.gov. Nowhere else. Now here's the bottom line. The public charge rule is not meant to scare you, it is meant to guide you. You don't need to live in fear. What you need is clarity, and that is what we just covered for you today. Remember, the best protection for your immigration journey isn't luck, it is knowledge and preparation. So if this video helped you to understand the rule better, hit that like button and subscribe and share with anyone who is applying for a green card or worried about the benefit. And hey, drop a comment below and tell me which part of the rule confused you the most before today. Maybe I'll use your question in the next video. Until the next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and remember, your dream, they need facts, not prayer. Now check out the next video on the screen so that you can be kept up to date with any personal development content we release or any updates on immigration matters. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.